There was one time I wanted to call a restaurant. I used the TTY, and I said, I'd like a good table, it's our anniversary, blah, blah. And she said, I'll put you on hold. And I read that the, the operator was typing, and it said, it's that deaf on the phone again. And I'm reading that, and I'm like, wow, she doesn't know that the operator's typing to me. I bet the operator was going, yeah, I'm gonna tell her what you're saying. So anyway, she got back, and she said something about, well, we can get you the table, this and that. And I picked up the phone. I said, I am deaf, but I'm not a
When did you actually start getting hearing loss, and how did that come about?
Yeah, I worked for the courthouse. I got a good job working for Harbor Court after I worked for the Newport Beach Police Department. I didn't realize I had a hearing loss. And one time I was in the courtroom and I couldn't hear the judge. And then we took a break and everyone's voice was muffled. I couldn't understand people. I had to learn to read lips. And I started getting dizzy spells. So it was diagnosed as Meniere's disease. It started the journey into being eventually going deaf.
I see. And how old were you when that started then?
It started, I think I was about 31 or 32.
Got it. And how did that end up, career-wise? Did it have a big impact on you then in terms of
Yeah.
going through your job?
Oh yeah, they didn't have the Americans with Disability Act there then, and if you couldn't hear, that was it. I had to leave the court. Eventually, my hearing got so bad that hearing aids didn't help. So my then husband and I had couples, and we would go into a restaurant and we'd say, we want a quiet table in the corner, as we didn't like listening with the hearing devices, all the noise. Right. And then we'd go in that quiet corner and make such a loud, we would be the noisiest people in the whole restaurant. They had to tell us to quiet down. We had so much fun. So I really think I'm happy I became hearing impaired. I would have never met the people that I had met.
And what were you doing for phone calls before InnoCaption then?
What? What'd you say? Tony, my husband then was like, you hear, what are they saying? What are they saying? There was nothing. And I feel sad for people, sometimes older, that don't want to use it. They have this fear of trying something new. Not everybody. Right. That's why I'm dragging them in the booth. They're like, nah, I'm okay with just texting people. It's opened up my world. InnoCaption, I call doctors. I don't have to fumble with the phone numbers. I have a transcript of things if I forget the number. There it is. I can pull up what's being said, the quality of life, the hassle. It was so hard being hearing impaired. And it's really, you've made things easier. And it's just, life is frustrating enough with all the trial and error we have. So it's just, I want to tell people about what's out there so they can smile more and be nice to people on the phone. We have this. I went completely deaf and I got a cochlear implant. And the same thing with InnoCaption apps. What I want to say is take the leap of faith. Change is okay. Try something that's going to make yourself quality. And like you said, it's worth it. It is worth it. It's worth doing what you do. It's worth trying something. Not only to make your own life easier, and this is I want to stress this point, but make other people that communicate with you life easier. It takes two to tango.